Welcome to Maths Bridge. We train and learn. We shall continue our C++ programming lab session. Let's get started. In today's lab practice agenda, our learning goal would be understanding concepts of header files using Dev C++. Welcome to my lab. I have Dev C++ IDE launched. You could see it on my screen. Is it? Now let me open my project, which I created previously. I could see as an option here, or I could also go to the file, open, and then navigate to file system, and then open your project. Should be fine. So I have a main.cpp source file which I included in my project, which I did it actually earlier. So the example that I'm taking here, let's assume that I have to do a sequence of few tasks to accomplish my today's goal. Currently I'm at home. I'm thinking of actually going to farmer market and then place some order for the vegetables for home delivery. Once my order done, then what I would do, like I will return back to home, and then I am saying that once I reach home, I am claiming that I am reached home. That is how the goal that I need to do that. Think through the few sequential steps that involved in performing this task. Think about that way. A simple. Currently, I'm not putting so much of a programmatic logic, but instead of that, for simulating this concept, what I'm doing is like I'm using cout statements, a console statements basically. If you can look at my program within this main, what I'm doing is one cout for displaying I am at home, and now I am going to farmer market, reached farmer market, need to place the order at a farmer market for vegetables, place the order for home delivery, returning home from farmer market, finally reached my home. So my job done. Assuming these are the tasks that I am going to do. The key observation here is all these tasks can be done in one place. Nobody is stopping you, right? End of the day, the goal is like you have to get the result that you wish to achieve, isn't it, right? But the software program point of view, if it is a small project, you can accomplish everything by placing them in one place. But if the programs are keep getting increased by nature, to resolve that kind of a problem, then you have to think of little beyond than what we are doing, like creating a functions, individual functions, and put them in the grouping. Maybe you can segregate them on different file structure, things like that. For now, what we would do is like we will compile this piece of code and then you run this. Okay, great. So all my console messages now I can see whatever I have in my main program, isn't it? That's good. So now let's process our mind to create a sub functions to accomplish this same goal. Make a note of it. In next step, my thought process is this is how I think I'm thinking now. If I look at my tasks, some tasks that I'm doing at home, some tasks that I am supposed to do at a farmer market. Let me identify them here. The statement 1 and statement 2, probably I'm doing at home when I am at home. The other task like reached farmer market, need to place an order, placing an order, started back from farmer market. Probably this I would be doing in farmer marketplace, is it? So what I would be doing, let me take this all to create a sub function, things like that. So let me comment them for now. and then assuming that these tasks I move to the different method. Let me see whether I can get the same output. In order to do that, what I am supposed to do, I will call this method in middle, right? Because I am replacing all these lines with a function which does the same job for me. In C++ or C, we have to use a forward declaration when you're using a function definitions in the same file. I'm doing this with a semicolon. So compiler recognize that the definition also exists in this project. That's whole idea. So let me compile this code and then let me compile. I should expect to see the same output. That's nice. See? So what I did is like I split the tasks and move the few things into the function. Have you noticed it? The result which I got previously and then now are the same. So the goal remained same, but I started reorganizing my piece of source code into more structured way, right? This is the one of the best practice that you are learning today. Now I shall think one more step in advance. What I am going to do, rather than keeping a farmer market function in the main.cpp, why don't we create a new source file and then move the changes into the new file. Let me create a new file. So go to new source file. Yes, I need to add to current project, and then the changes that I am going to move from here, this whole method, and copy over here. Let me name this, save it. No problem. So I moved it. That is sufficient. So I should also thinking of one more. Can't I create another source file called as a header file associated with my new CPP file? Let me take this all and then add to one more source file. Rather than source, I think I would call it as a header file inline with my farmer market.h, because best practice always the every source file should have a header file with the same name. That is a convention that we follow. Choose my header. Okay, got it. So having that farmer market.h file, what I would be doing, I need to include this file into my main program. This is not a standard header file. This is the user defined header file. So what I would be doing here, file name enclosed with double quotes, farmer market. Is it? Good. So let me save this one and then compile. Think about it, what is an issue? Because this is named as H, right? So I have to keep them as H and then redo it. Yeah. Can you see it now? Compiler recognized as cout is unknown to this file. The reason is we have a farmer market.h file, but I forgot to include it in CPP the way I did it in main.cpp. So I will take this line, I will include it in my source file. my CPP. Let me compile now. I hope I should be able to compile. Great, I did that part. Now I can run this. Do you see? My results remains the same. The takeaway is I am now structured my program properly uh, with in the interest of like a roles and responsibility of each file what it's supposed to do, and then organized header files, the way I would like to have in my program. So my farmer market.cpp should have its own header file. That's what it means. And then these headers I will include, wherever there is a need, isn't it? So I am able to achieve same goal with earlier stage and now, but only the difference here is I structured my program with the functions and also organized them in respect to files. So now my project have multiple files including user defined header files and then standard header files, you know, things like that. But finally, ultimate output is what I achieved is remains the same.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell icon, and please leave the comment. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to the upcoming sessions.